What is going on, guys? We're back with another video, and we're reloading the rebuild. Totally messed that up. I don't know if anyone's ever said it that way. Obviously, people have done this, but I decided that we probably did jump the gun with calling this one a fail a little early on. Let's call it the way it is. Owens, how you doing, you beast? Okay, he's a little inflated. His stats aren't super great. Rashad Jones, how are you doing? Retired? Yeah, all right. So we have Raekwon McMillan at strong safety. That's an interesting move. Denzel Perriman, normal dev. Were we going to start him? I know we have Drawn here, who should probably... Is he a rookie? Not a rookie. We also have this Matty dude. Is Matty Ice the middle linebacker we have? So Verrett should start. Matty's been on the team for a little bit. Okay, so I understand very well. Drawn, I believe, is a pass rusher. Kinda. He's kind of a pass rusher. I actually don't know. So first things first, Kiko Alonso, cut. Because he's costing us more than he's worth. We have plenty of talent. We do not need him. Matty will stay where he is, but he will probably play outside. We have a couple of guys that are up to no good. Adama Kongsu, we are currently at the point where if we did want to release him, we could. I don't know if we're at that point yet because I think we have a lot of youth, and I don't think we're paying too much money for a lot of the players we have. Offensive line, though. Taquan Money is normal dev, so I don't think he's going to start anywhere. Our offensive line really isn't even all that young. Dorian Johnson's normal dev. What the hell? So we're not in really that great a shape. I thought it was going to be like a super easy, time of it. But wait, is this guy a rookie? Oh, he's a 1 year? It's a 1 year and he's only an 81 overall. Damn, that sucks. Avius Johnson, though, he's a beast. Kenny Stills. Realistically, Kenny Stills should probably be traded. He's normal dev. We must be at a point where you can't make any play or moves yet. Must have just got done with the draft. Definitely get past that in a second here. Oh, this is way more interesting than I thought it was. We are in the draft. So we paid Tunsil, but we did pay him a Tunsil. I'm sorry. I normally don't re-sign the players, but he's not asking for anything. Like physically asking for nothing at this point. So why wouldn't I re-sign them? I could just release them if I find someone better. I think everyone else we will release, though. Didn't really have anyone too spectacular other than the guys that we signed. We signed like 4 of them, let 2 go. We have about 25 to 28 mil, I believe. We have 35 mil, I'm a liar. Who do we have in here? Keanu Neal, not really a safety need. Normal dev. Really? Deion Jones, 89 overall, quick dev. So the Falcons are basically dead, is what I'm seeing. Don't really need a linebacker, but I love Deion Jones. It's hard for me to ever pass on him. 99 play rec, I think they're not really going for the proper things there. Ngake, Lamar Miller, 29 years old. But he is not being offered. And you know what they say about someone not being offered? You offer on them, simply put. I mean, if you guys didn't know that was what I was going to say, then I feel sorry for you. We have 4 Falcons players here that are in free agency. That is ridiculous. Dak Prescott is in free agency. If we didn't already have a quarterback, I would obviously sign him. The Cowboys are overpaying for a guy they could have just grabbed at any point. EA is crazy. It's another thing that's crazy is there's so many great players here in free agency, and I just don't see me signing a single one of them. Like, who do we go for? I don't see it. I really don't. Aaron Lynch? Brandon Williams, actually. Brandon Williams would be a very solid addition. Yeah, I mean, even him, we don't really need a DT. I'll pay him the money because I really don't mind. I don't know what we need in the draft. Carlos Dunlap is dead. He's done. Lap, for sure. Sorry. I did it again. I'm sorry. Marty B, 78 overall. I don't know what year this is. I'm just, I like when I do these little, I do these rebuilds and stuff, and if we end up getting a little deeper into it than I am expecting, I like to take a look at what we're looking at, because, we have Marty B on a couple of different franchises. Latavius, he's still balling out, man. He's actually really good still. But obviously, by this year, Martellus would be gone for us, I think. Made a few offers, nothing too crazy. I honestly don't even think a single one's going to sign with us. They did not, but how many of those guys actually got offers, though? So Lamar did, and I really didn't care about Lamar. Brandon, I don't care too much about, but at Quick Dev, he's 31, but he's still good, and he could probably go up very high to a defensive tackle. Really, honestly, I don't even know what we need for one. What do we actually need? Offensive line is somewhat of an issue. Wide receiver, I think, is perfectly fine. I just don't think we're developing is the problem. Maybe a proper safety. We have Dayon Buchanan here. Really not a great safety at all. And we have young players. What was our record? Went 7-9. I can see why I definitely quit this rebuild, because it's just like we have tons of talent here, and somehow we still just cannot get it done. We're very youthful as well, so I'm not really sure. I wish I would have listed some of the players out. This wasn't too old of a rebuild, so I might be able to figure some of them out. Quarterback does not matter. Running back. Yeah, this is all just blind to me. I have no idea what any of these guys are. If any of them are superstar or not. But luckily, it doesn't take much to figure it out through just draft knowledge. That's actually not a bad player. Lewis Arnold may be worth a pick. We'll see. So far, I do not see any name that really rings a bell. Got a decent player in the 6th there, potentially. Tight end, Maxie Moore, mid-first. Not really in a huge need for a tight end. Plus, if we can grab this guy who's clearly a steal and a half there late. It's kind of annoying because one of these linemen could be amazing for all I know. So I usually don't scout that high for... I usually don't scout linemen at all in general if it's not the combine. Are we serious? We're not going to get Brandon Williams here. Of course he's going to get a signing. That's disappointing. Really disappointing, actually. McCourty actually accepted, which is kind of shocking. Don't know what his overall is going to be at safety. Didn't really give him too much money, so at the end of the day, we can always just release him. I would pretty much lose nothing. Graham Nielsen, honestly, not like I said, I don't see a whole lot of needs on this roster. But honestly, this is just a bad draft, period. That's a decent player for use, but definitely not worth our draft pick. I think this Matthew McCullough is actually superstar. He just seems like the superstar type. Like a terrible player, but he's got good dev. Also, JT Blackman seems like he might be a superstar. I think this is the only guy I want to go for, and it's a position, not that I'm saying we're stacked at, but it's a position we aren't really in need of. I actually don't even know what our draft pick is. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. It seems like a terrible draft. It seems like I don't even need anything. It's very shocking. I wish I would have given myself some sort of context, some sort of clue as to what direction we were going to go if we actually did okay. We need a late, well, not a late, we need a mid-first. We have the 20th pick. I forgot this is a realistic rebuild, so our pick's not going to be super great for... We're 7-9. Why is our pick so bad? Surely 7-9 isn't the 20th pick in the draft. That makes no sense. Henry McGee. Don't know if he's good or not. This Daniel or Gabriel Brown they mentioned a few times. He's okay. I really want this safety, though, because I don't know what it is, but something tells me he is superstar. Carol Cohen's. Santiago as well sounds like JT Blackman 100%. Even if he wasn't guaranteed a superstar, he's going to be good. His combines are good. Well, I don't know if he's going to be good, but he's definitely going to have good dev. Late first, JT Blackman. I want to get to, I don't know, 14 maybe. Yeah, let's go to the Bangs. The Bengals need they need a safety, I think. First round, fourth round, and Jenkins for 6 spots up. Definitely a fair trade. We have some other, decent talent here. Maxie Moore seems like an amazing player, but Trey Richardson, though. That A hit power definitely, it definitely baits you in for sure. But I think JT Blackman's going to be great. Normal dev. I actually thought, I don't know, something in my head. He's definitely one of the stories for sure. 77 overall normal. I get that he's young, but honestly, I don't know if we're even going to use him. Because we have, we have McCourty, who could probably play there. We have, I guess Dayon really wouldn't be too much of a player that I would probably want to start. He's a mid-second. We're taking him. I don't care. 68 overall. I would say that's a bad pick, but that is not a bad pick. For us it is. But 228, 6'1", 21 years old, 90 truck, 93 stiff arm, 88 speed. What's his agility? Ooh, 79 is really bad. A bust for us, but not in general. We need that tight end. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but this draft is garbage. It is so bad. Tight end's obviously going to be great. Early third, thankfully he's still there. Quick dev, 79 overall. Don't know how he compares to the guy we already have. I think the guy we already have only is normal, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe quick, I don't remember, but that guy looks pretty solid. Definitely good trade bait or just a good backup. Left tackle, Joey Hurston. Great potential. It's terrible combine, but I expect decent things. Normal dev, 78 overall. Looks good, just no dev, which is really sucky. Which is kind of BS, because if he's a good player, how could he not have good dev? That's kind of stupid. How does that make any sort of sense at all? Oh, you're a good player, and top of the class, but you're going to be very slow. I don't know. Doesn't... Arnold just went the fullback. Don't really care too much. Fullback doesn't matter. We don't really need offensive linemen. Banks Curry, he's not a bad player. We'll probably end up grabbing him. We'll grab Deontay Semple as well. You can't really pass up on those guys. They're always guaranteed decent. Plus, we have no one else to draft. Kind of let the draft slip away. Actually, this guy's going to be a bit of a steal. Mid-fifth. Do we have a mid-fifth? Usually don't see B+ power, B- block shed. He should be decent. I was about to say. For a second, I almost let it go, and then I was like, wait a minute. Wisconsin. Wait a minute. B+ power move? B- block shed? That's good. Quick dev. We probably found ourselves a new number 2. Pencil. But I could also leverage Sue for another player. Because we do have a lot of decent young DTs. We have a few guys that are 25, I think, that are 80, 84. So, I don't know. We'll make a decision later. Mid-6, Banks Curry, going to be good. 71 overall. 50-50 ball. And we swung. Another reach. Last player I think we're going to draft here. Semple, don't expect too much. 77 overall, actually not too bad. And we're going to trade away whatever we have left if we have anything. Let's go on to seeing what everyone else grabbed. Jesus. We're actually very far away from the completion of the draft. Which is alright because we actually grabbed some decent players considering it's been a whole week since we scouted. Bradham was a stupid pick, but other than Bradham, we pretty much nailed the draft. Curry and Bradham were bad, but everyone else was really good. They were actually really good. Missing a little bit of dev here and there. A couple offensive linemen missing dev, but Fisher Patton, what a steal that was. James Johns, what a weird name, but he's 6'6", and he's a really good player. Definitely a steal and a half. Is this guy's name Pagel? Slow dev, get out of here. 7th overall, the Niners grab a decent offensive lineman. Then they grab a pretty solid quarterback. Then they grab a good running back. Had themselves a pretty good first 3 picks. Nielsen, coverage linebacker, I suppose. McManus, good running back. Wait, what is this? He's kind of a do-it-all type back. Angel Neal, the guy that looked pretty solid, pretty damn good tight end. Burgess, slow dev, still good. Cohen's, so-so. Packers grab Looney. Oh, Maxie Moore was actually the good tight end. Yeah, that other guy I think was better. And god damn it, why didn't I follow my gut? Skip the combine, 96 speed at 6 foot tall with superstar dev. That is a steal. Jordan Dansby, late first round center superstar. Right end, Gabriel Brown, 83 overall superstar dev. Very fast, very good player. 4th overall pick. Lowry, quick dev, good player. Santiago, normal, good. And then Reynolds, 77 overall. Surprisingly, 77 overall, mid-second, only normal. Number 1 overall wide receiver, Henry McKee. Superstar dev, probably worth the pick. Patrick Flowers, 10th pick overall, superstar dev, great player there. Coates Coghill, 5th overall. I don't know if they traded up for him, but still a good player, just not as good as we probably thought he would have been. At least better dev, stats are not too bad, a little on the slower side. But we have our team, for the most part, kinda. We actually don't know who we're going to start. We have a lot of new talent, a lot of good players here. It's not going to be super easy to start. We're getting to that, part where it's getting so late in the league. There's going to be some good players in free agency, good players, on the trade block, whatever it may be. It's a tough year because we have Godschquox, whatever his name is, Godschquox, whatever, and Patton, and then we also have Sue. I think the best move would be to put Patton as the starter because Devon is actually a very good number 2, just like what I like to do in the toilet. Also, we're looking at a downgraded Sue. I know he's a 90 overall, but he's really not that great. How much will we save? 18 mil. Take a 7 mil cap hit, but 18 mil is a lot of money to save. Can we not trade him in for an offensive lineman? That's what I want to know. So what do we have left over? We have Kenny Stills. I think Kenny Stills is easily a tradable person. I think Taquan Money, we tried to trade him a couple of times, just never happened. Dorian is actually probably up there too, but then also Sue. The Bears are very interested. Don't know what they would give us. Not a whole lot, honestly. Seahawks are very, very interested. Bobby is a 30-year-old, but he's still great. We got to make these trades realistic. Kenny Stills and Money would actually be worth quite a bit still. And so I would say Sue would be too. Honestly, if you were actually going to trade all these in a bulk, I think we can get a huge player here. I think we could actually get a very big, impactful player. Maybe Stanley would actually be worth it. Yonda's still in the league at 35. He would never last that long for me. I'm not saying this is the most realistic trade in the world, but I definitely think it's a fair one. Kenny Stills, Taquan Money in a 3rd round for David Bakhtiari. The Packers are not as set at wide receiver as you would actually think. Stills, brings them back, in my opinion, right to where we are in real life. We got Devontae playing the Jordy role, probably even a better than Jordy type player, honestly. And then you got Cobb playing the Cobb role, and then Stills playing the new Devontae Adams role, because Roland, he's not going to do it. Stark is not going to do it. Tight end, Ty Montgomery's okay. Rodgers is kind of degrading. So honestly, this move could put them over the top because they're back at that elite tier for what is it called, for wide receiver core, and obviously it helps us a big time. I was trying to give them Sue as well, but they could not afford it. So a weird trade here, but Dorian Johnson, Domikong Sue, and Dacus for Zay Jones in a 2nd round this year from the Bills. Here is the roster we have. David Bakhtiari is a huge upgrade to us. We do drop down a bit in certain positions. Kenny Stills is no longer on the roster, and I know we have 3 86-plus guys, so we're not really going to miss him, and we also have Zay Jones, but Kenny Stills is one of our top performers. Rookie quarterback, well, he's not a rookie anymore, but the quarterback and running back both need to have a huge year. Offensive line really needs to have a huge year as well, because they're just not upgrading too well. Linebacker core is great, especially if you consider McMullen technically should be a linebacker, but he's playing safety. We moved Carpenter inside to defensive tackle because he actually goes up in overall, and then Drawn plays a more natural position as an 82 overall. So really we go up there. Sue does, he was a bit better of an overall. Still a better player as well. And pretty much our only cornerback, even though we have, a quick and a superstar dev, besides Jalen, is Jalen. There's really not much to do. And then Owens, of course, one of our best defensive players, needs to get it done this year. How old is he? He's only 23, so he's got a lot of good things headed his way. Good future coming up. But more importantly, let's move on to the regular season. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling pumped. Just like your mama when she's done with me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Make the playoffs. I believe. And the slider's been on this whole time is the question I have. Okay, I don't know what that is, but that is a failure is what it is. We clearly are the team that benefits the most from these sliders, and I didn't have them on because I always forget. I don't know why only 2 of the sliders were on. Maybe it makes sense to you guys. I don't know. This is annoying. I don't know if some of them just didn't save. Because like I said, I think we clearly, it's not even an argument, almost every rebuild we do, we're going to be benefiting from the sliders the most because we draft the youngest talent. Well, not even just we start the most talent realistically because we grab the best youth. We'll wait a couple of weeks to re-sign players. I know David Bakhtiari needs a contract, which is a little unfortunate. Let's just call it how it is. But that's not too bad because we do have a lot of youngsters on our team, so really no one's making money. 2-0. Not a bad start. I'll take it. Draft stories. Lunier Wallace. Left outside linebacker. Used to be a boxer. We have a quarterback, McDermott, who used to be son of a coach until the coach sold him on the black market. Even though he's white. Haha. Racial tension. Tate McDermott. Not a bad player. Well, throwing the run's a little rough. Throw that into a throw deep. Let me know what's the highest you guys have ever seen from a throw deep perspective. I don't even know if you can see higher than nothing because I don't think they even show it because it's never their best stat. Throwing deep is obviously the hardest thing a quarterback can do. Obviously some are better than others, but I would be willing to argue that most quarterbacks would say that the deep ball is the hardest to throw. And if not, I don't know who the hell you're talking to because he's a psycho. We could have women quarterbacks one day. You never know. So let's get this re-signing done. Who do we have? Raekwon, McMillan, Godschquaks. We just got Zay Jones. What is this? Raekwon obviously gets a contract. He's a god. Let's see. He's not that fast, though. This offer is perfect. Obviously, it's perfect. Let's pay the man like the best left tackle in the league, because he is. There you go. Glad we got the deal done. Godschquaks, whatever his name is. I don't even... Godschquaks. Godschquaks. God damn it, I don't even know. I guess. He's played really well for us. Got to give him a contract. Zay, I do not know. Everyone else I do not know. Well, they're on your team. You should know. I'm sorry. Once again, I'm so sorry. Marvin Mathis joins the exclusive club of Heisman-winning defensive players. Thing about that is, I seen he was a red bar. Whatever the hell. Red thingy. Red badge. The old red badge. I'll show you guys right now. Oh, he's changed. Nice. Hey, I'm not hating. You proved me wrong, bro. Don't really know what level of linebackerage we really even need. Don't really need one. But he is superstar. Look at this guy. How is this guy not green? Come on, bro. Going on to the playoffs. Are we in it? Are we not? We were kind of rough throughout this whole rebuild. Can we actually do well for once? And the answer to that question is, of course. Oh, okay. 15-1. So we were doing really well. Obviously, I was kind of lying to you guys, not telling you guys the truth. But look at this. What the hell? 63 points. We got to come back to that. Who did we lose to? So we lost to the Broncos week 3. And we didn't look back ever since. I know this is a decent team. But they are not this good. We are not 15-1. 6 touchdowns. Wow. How good were we? Like, we got the MVP. I don't know if you guys seen that as well. Spoiler alert. Got the MVP as well. Jordan Webster, 4,898 yards, 500. Well, I don't know. I'm caring about that. 70% completion, 51 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, a passer rating of 120.7. Rushing, Keith Mack was a monster. 4.5 per, almost 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 3 fumbles. Duke Johnson was over 4 as well. Clutch. Oh, my Lord. Jarvis Landry, almost 1,600 yards with 17 touchdowns. A few guys almost had 10 touchdowns. Parker did all right. Avius did great. Horn did okay. Sack totals, pretty damn good, I like to think. I want to think that David Bakhtiari is the main reason why we're here. Tremaine Owens, 23.5 sacks. I wish I would have continued this rebuild all from one try, because I don't know how his career is going. Oh, it's going really well. 16.5 and then a 23.5. Very good career so far for the young man. Who was the other guys? So Dron, forgot to actually put him at defensive end. Forgot to put Carpenter at DT. But sack totals, very good. Andy McKinley did okay. What about pick totals, though? 4 for Verrett, 3 for Stone, and not a whole lot for the rest. Kickers did well. Punter did really well. Kick return, nothing. Punt return, nothing. Got to be number 1 for a few things here. Number 1, O. Number 15, D. Surprisingly, really low, actually. And then scoring, number 1. Awards, hopefully we have a lot. I know we had MVP, obviously. Were we close to anything other than that? Okay. Coach of the Year, it's not bad. I kind of knew that was going to be the case. Webster wins Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is Verrett, Perriman, and Owens. I think Owens probably should have won Defensive Player of the Year, if we're being honest. Offensive Rookie of the Year, don't even remember. Yeah, we had a backup tight end. Defensive Rookie of the Year, number 3 for our safety, number 5 for our DT. Screw off Bird. Webster, number 1. Mack, number 3. Wide receiver, number 1. Offensive lineman, number 1. Defensive lineman, number 1. Linebacker, number 1. DBs, no one. Kicker, no one. Pretty good season. Let's just call it the way it is. The rest of the teams didn't really do too well in our division. There was a 9-7, maybe the Patriots. Coming against the 9-7. Oh, it's the Bills. Speaking of, how you doing? How much XP do we have? 59K. Oh, look at the line. Tunsil's not a part of this, apparently. Yeah, this could be the Super Bowl year, which is ironic. Not going to say why. Owens had a pretty good season. Blackman, I don't know how it is. These rookie safeties get a lot of XP for some reason. Let's go to scouting, or not the scouting, coaching. I think the best bet would probably be wide receiver, because that's the most impact. You can go to several players rather than just one. Look at our quarterback. What is he? So force pass will get... I actually don't want to touch any of those traits because he was good. Oh, except for that one. Definitely want predictable, because if he needs a contract, which he won't yet, but when he does, we want to be ready for that. Oh my god, just upgrading those stats would take the whole XP away. I think we're going to hold off on those. I'm just going to call it how it is. So we have, I would say, skyrocketed to the favorites for Super Bowl winning. 98 left tackle, 93 left guard, 90 center, 90 right guard, and we're going to be most likely replacing Tunsil here. I don't know how. So our backup, Hairston, actually did get a better season going. He's going to be a 89 overall left or right tackle anyways. So it gives us pretty much a base offensive line of about 91, about 90, 91. Yeah, 91, I would say, 92 maybe. Wide receivers, great talent there. Running back, I'm surprised Mac didn't get better XP, to be honest, but it is what it is. Maddie, Perriman, Jerron. This whole team is looking pretty good. The cornerbacks are a little bit on the lower side, but it is what it is. If we had any need, it would be safety, because we could put McMillan back at linebacker. We'd probably have a 99 overall wherever McMillan played. But that's beside the point, because this is probably the season that we do win the bowl. 89 overall before all that XP, so we got to be pretty close to a 94 maybe. Here we go, and the Bills are not giving up easy, although our offense is very fast getting down the field. Basically, if your team can't score on their first tries, it's over. I mean, even there, we completely screwed up and got it done. Good kick. And, I mean, there's a chance. Oh, apparently there's a chance. Oh, and an interception. I mean, I have so much. Okay, I was just about to, hate on our team, and then the defense goes and locks them up 4 plays within the 5-yard line. And here's a huge 67-yard touchdown to Devontae Parker to add the insult to that injury, and it is over. 37-23. Not the greatest win ever, but we did look dominant. It's just we gave up a little bit more points than we expected. Webster, the league's MVP, threw 2 interceptions. Good start there for the playoffs. God, the playoffs pressure is getting to him. Good wide receiver play. What else do we have? Defense. Tremaine Owens, a lockdown player for the defensive line. What? Is it going to show the update? It is not. Definitely very close to a 95 overall. Let's advance, see what we have for the Super Bowl if we win this. Ooh, the Chargers. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. 12-4, one of the best records. 94 to their 91, so they're a pretty damn good squad. Definitely not guaranteed a win here. And 17-3, 24-3, start of the third quarter. Did not expect this at all. You don't even understand how ridiculous this seems. 27-10 is a pretty crazy score here. Field goal, that was the saddest drive ever. And they take a sack, I believe, on 4th down. Let's just super sim this quickly because we are on to the Super Bowl against, I don't know, the Falcons probably. Maybe the Eagles. Hopefully it's like the Bears or something, some random team that doesn't belong there. Hard Rock Stadium. Yeah, Webster's feeling it. What the hell? Who is their quarterback? Little midget dude. Brody Werner. Webster's not playing like the MVP of the league at all. Avius Johnson doing really well. Defensively, 2 sacks for Bosa, 1 for Owens, I believe. Couple of picks. Moving on, though, to the most important game of any NFL player's career, the Super Bowl, if you get there, obviously. So it's not the most important of every player's career. 94 overall, 99-0, 97D. Going against the Vikings. Now, that's an interesting team. They have a pretty good squad. They're 11-5 as well. Whew. Whew. 95 to their 90. So we're 95 overall now, apparently. I don't know the little upgrades I made with like the 15 2K XP for some players. It was apparently enough to get us to a 95, which, if you weren't aware, is technically max. I do not think you can go any higher, even if you had 99 special teamers. I am returning the ball, going against the Vikes. The Vikesters. Good job, Jarvis, to the 27 already. Looking good. So this is a big game. Let's call it how it is. Can we just whoop on them? Just pull a Chargers here. It's a good start. Not a bad start at all. Defense, can't really tell where they're at. They're 50-50 every game. Hold them to 3 there. That's a clutch D. 10-3. Start of the third quarter. We're up 24-6. So we pull, like I said, the Chargers. Pretty much the exact same outcome. The Vikings only scoring 3 each time. That's most likely going to be a Super Bowl. Clutching up in the end zone and in the red zone. And the Vikings are getting down the field. They finally put up 7. It's never over. They actually have a chance. They actually have a legit chance here. I mean, they're not really wasting that much time. They're only down by 7. It's not over. Our team is completely choking this away. Look at the choke! The choke is real. What a choke. 4th and 1. They clutch up. They're running out of time, though. I don't know. EA, what the hell? And they score. Okay, I don't know what to tell you there. Come on. You're really going to take this thing to overtime. This is some Falcons level stuff. What are we doing? Clutch up. There it is. There it is. We almost pulled the Falcons. Like, just as bad, if not worse. I can't remember what the deficit was here, but it was pretty damn bad. Whew. We made it. We made it happen. We are the Super Bowl champions. Reload successful. Amazing team. One of the best we've actually had. Just the development was really good that extra year. Yeah, we're Super Bowl champions. Sorry there, Mr. Phillip Rivers? I think that's Phillip Rivers. It is Phillip. I knew it was Phillip Rivers. Interesting name. That would really suck. Vikings lose another Super Bowl. Webster, the true number 17 in the league, gets MVP. It's not every day you see the Super Bowl MVP actually be the quarterback in Madden Sim for whatever reason. David Bakhtiari talking to, don't even know who the hell that is, some sort of rookie linebacker. But we are the champions of the world. Miami, Mack, Webster, Landry, and Verrett, I would assume. Even though it probably should be Owens up there instead. Owens was the true defensive guru of our team. Wow, our quarterback looks old as hell. He's 24, 25 with a full head of gray hair. He looks like he's from like the 40s. What the hell? That is so weird. I did not know. Webster has to throw that pick. Every single game in the postseason he had pick. He had more picks than he did games, which is kind of sad. Keith Mack did okay. 2 touchdowns is nice. Avius Johnson, I would say the postseason MVP pretty easily. He's almost over 100 every game with a touchdown or 2. And we're the Super Bowl champions, Miami Dolphins. Probably will not see that for at least 5+ years, at minimum. Sorry to say, but it's true. This Miami Dolphins, at least in Madden, this Miami Dolphins team does not look great. You got tons of money sunk into Sue. Actually, to be fair, I thought they restructured him. I don't know. I don't know if you can really restructure a guaranteed contract, though. Like, I'm assuming he got paid bank when he left Detroit. Not that he's a bad player. It's just I don't know if a defensive tackle is worth that kind of money. That's just me. Good roster. Not the best we've had, but one of my more favorite ones. I really want to put McMillan back at linebacker just to see what overall he is. Let's go back to middle linebacker. Is he a 99 at every single spot is the question I have. He's only a 94 at middle. He's actually only a 94 overall. That's kind of shocking. He's not even our best linebacker. Huh. That actually is kind of surprising to me. Either way, it doesn't matter. He's definitely the best one we have, though. He's not the best, but he is the best. If you know, the reason why I say that is because he is the fastest, technically. Well, Verrett's pretty decent, actually. I don't know. I'd still say McMillan anyways, not McMullen. McMillan is probably the best linebacker on our team, but he's playing safety. A great plethora of youthful players on our team. And then Tremaine Owens, one of the premier pass rushers in this league already. Looking so godly. It's unbelievable. Hope you guys enjoyed this reload. I don't know. If you have any other suggestions for ideas, what ifs, experiments, rebuild challenges, or if you have a team that we did do, looking through the rebuilds, you're like, your Saints rebuild, if I even did a Saints one, I think I did. Your Saints rebuild, it didn't go as well as it could have, or I think you could have probably won 3 straight Super Bowls if you just went back to it. If you have a suggestion like that, let me know, because we'll probably start doing those here and there. Definitely wanted to get back to this Dolphins one, because I definitely think, and we now know that I end that one a little prematurely, but it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed. I would assume this actually came out on a Sunday instead of a Saturday, because I had different ideas for Saturday. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But hope you guys enjoyed. Come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!